So I saw this inspirational video about this lady's fat loss journey, and it moved me a lot. There's a lot of positive in it. There are some things that I would give some feedback or critique, but I just wanted to watch this video with you. If you guys haven't seen it yet, let's check it out. She's clearly trying to lose some weight. That's obviously the title, but it's awesome to see her doing this and taking initiative at her home. So right off the bat, I see her making a smoothie. Now, I want to assume that there's some sort of protein in there, but when I work with my clients, I recommend my clients to avoid sugary beverages because they're empty calories. They can spike your insulin. If you're constantly having insulin spike, that's not going to be good for your body because your body's going to hold on to that. So she makes a post on Instagram, sees positive comments, also sees negative comments, and she kind of looks like she has a little discouraged look on her face. I can speak to this because I've been there plenty of times. I've gotten negative comments on my social media, and people, they're always going to be there. But the biggest thing to remember is that focusing on the positive and focusing on people that are supportive are going to be more important than the people that leave the negative comments. Your environment is super important. It's always going to be there. Social media is there, but it's how do we mitigate that? People in the negative comments. So two things here. She's running, she's getting after it. Some guy says, oh, ew, like kind of gross. Like, one, again, negative comments, you can't control them, but you can control what you do on a daily basis. And I will say, I've seen a lot of clients, I've seen a lot of people that get super excited the first couple days, that first week. And if you think running, like, oh, I'm going to go run and then I'm going to go work out, you might be a little sore, you might be a little discouraged after that. And then next thing you know, you might be having an injury. And then that 1 week turns into no more weeks after that. Then you take this big break. And the only reason I share this is because if you're just starting fitness journey or you're taking a long break and you're getting back into it, walking can be great. 10 to 20 minutes of walking 3 times a day after every meal is important. I talk about this in my 21-day challenge. It is super important to build a habit. And that habit doesn't have to be, you know, balls to the walls. It could be small little habits, small little changes that you make on a daily basis. And those habitual changes will add up. Temptation. So these donuts, I see the donuts, I'm like, ooh, yummy donuts. But temptation is everywhere. And like I said a second ago, it comes down to the habits and the decisions that you make on a daily basis. And it takes time to say no to certain things. But again, awesome celebratory success. I talk about that, celebrating the successes and embracing the struggles. I think it's a struggle for her to want to say no, but she did, and that's a win. So she's going to the gym, which is awesome because gyms can be very intimidating and can be a place where maybe you don't feel comfortable. That's awesome. She's going down there, and nothing's wrong with starting machines. Machines are great. I started machines a long time ago, but if you're new and you're trying to lose fat and you're trying to build muscle, compound movements are typically going to be the best movements to go to. Think of like a squat or a deadlift, maybe even bench press. Compound movements are where you're using multiple muscle groups versus just one muscle group. And again, nothing wrong with the machines, but if you're trying to get the most bang for your buck, we'll say, well, full compound movements are going to be the best place to start. Also, like I said, if that's a little bit much, always resort to the walking. Walking can be so perfect for you if you're just starting out.
To this amazing young woman, absolute inspiration. Your transformation is fantastic. The idea that it's become trendy or cool, or that you think you're better than somebody because you're bigger, stronger, or have a better body than them needs to stop. It is the definition of toxic gym culture. Remember, at one point, guys, we were all new to the gym. We were all scared, had anxiety, didn't know what we were doing. And this is the exact reason. So many people are scared to even step foot in the gym to start their journey.
And then one thing right here, someone taking a photo of her and it looks like she's not trying to avoid being taken a photo of. And I just think it's, again, there's so many things out there that we can't control. And going to a gym can also be a very hard step for a lot of people. So if you see someone at the gym, you know, encourage them. Don't be negative. Don't try to take photos of them. It breaks my heart when I see that.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Lily. Salad again?
In reality, yes. But in my mind, I'm enjoying a large stuffed crust cheese.
So one thing right here, salad again. I think a lot of people, when they're looking to lose fat, they think, oh, I need to go for salads. I need to have lean, greasy vegetables. Nothing's wrong with that. But the biggest thing that I've seen working with my clients is protein. Protein is so important. And protein is essential to losing fat because you need to build that muscle. I have a lot more in depth with my 21-day challenge, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But protein is so important. And so I see this and I'm like, is there any protein on that salad? And so just something to think about if you guys are out there and you're struggling and you see this video and you're looking at some comments or what can I pull from this video, protein's important. And
A lot of leaves on it, so.
Oh, you're so good. I had like 3 donuts this morning. I feel so fat.
So, David wants to hang out this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finally your chance to talk to him. But what are we gonna do?
Let's do a pool party. We haven't had one of those in a while, and we can do it at my house. It'll be super fun.
A pool party with like bathing suits and stuff?
Yes, I got the cutest new swimsuit. We have to do it.
Let's do it.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah. And now I'm ready to rob a convenience store in Atlantic City. Great.
Come on, Lily, it's so nice in here.
Lillian, get in the pool. Come on, this is a pool party. You gotta sit around.
so she goes out shopping for bathing suits for the pool party, and then now she's sitting on the couch with eating a box of donuts and I think 2 bags of chips on there. And again, I can imagine, you know, you didn't have a successful day, things went crappy, you know, you're going to a pool party and the last thing you want to do is that. But like I mentioned earlier, habits consistently will add up. And as much as she probably wants to sit there eating donuts and chips, like I encourage her to be consistent with those habits and continue to make those choices that'll be healthier, that are going to help her lose that fat, to help her be more confident with her body. It is hard. It takes time. It takes about 3 weeks, about 21 days to change habits. So again, I see this and I just want to reach out and be like, you can do it. Stay positive, build those habits. And that comes in many different ways. Could be journaling, could be writing, could be talking with friends. But I think it's very important to be consistent. And again, it takes time.
Around on our phones party.
I'm good, but thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So this kind of speaks to a personal experience. So she's in the bathroom. She's not happy with how she's doing. She's frustrated. She's in her bathing suit with a cover up. Everyone's in the pool. And she looks at the toilet and starts to search, how do I make myself throw up? And the reason I can speak to that is because I went through a personal experience like that. I don't talk about it much. I probably should do a better job of it. Just like I talk about my sister's passing and how that affected me. But there was a period of my life where I was very restrictive with my food, became kind of anorexic, didn't eat enough to support my body, lost a lot of weight. And then I went on the opposite spectrum of that where I started binge eating. I would eat a lot of food. I would eat 2 bags or 2 bins of cereal and then throw it up. And it got into the cycle and I did not like it. And I wanted to make that change and I started to take the steps to make that change. So I see that and I see this instance and she's like, no, like I'm not going to even start that. And I think I want to, again, give applaud to an individual that maybe possibly looks at that and like decides not to make that change. And that's a great decision to make that change or make that decision and never go down that path. But again, I made that decision to make a change and not continue because I knew it wasn't healthy, eating and throwing up. I know my body was not going to get the minerals and the nutrients it needed. So I started to take those changes. And again, I can speak from personal experience going through that. And I know it's hard to make changes. I remember being at a point where it was so challenging and I struggled and I was like, am I ever going to get through this? And I think that same feeling can be represented here where it's like, am I ever going to lose that weight? Am I ever going to make that change? And you will, you can. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a positive environment. It takes a coach. It can take people to help you get through that. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel and it's not a train, I promise.
No.
There's way too many bubbles coming from over there. Oh, hey, this is my roommate, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
Get in the pool. Get in the water. Feels nice.
And this is really cool because another lady comes, she's overweight, she's wearing her bikini, she gets in the pool, and then she has this kind of enlightened look on her face like, oh my gosh, like I'm not alone. Like she has the confidence, maybe I can do it. And I think it's amazing because it speaks to the power of community. And for me, it's all been about the community. And that was the the focus of the free challenges I've done over the years, and even this 21-day challenge that I'm doing now, it's about building a community of like-minded individuals, whether you're in person or far, halfway around the world. But it's about supporting one another, encouraging one another, and giving you the confidence to make the changes and make the adjustments in your life that are going to help you with your goals.
Pizza? Yes. Gluten-free?
It's cool because it's showing her stepping on the scale and make a decision to step off, knowing that that's not going to dictate her happiness. And she looks at her social media and she deletes the negative comments. And I think it's important, right? There's always going to be negative and positive out there. Focusing on the positive is more important. Taking the steps and the changes that you need to can be hard, but using the scale as a data point can be helpful. But if you know it's not going to always be helpful, then you can utilize other data points like measurements or macronutrients, protein, as ways to kind of gear what you need to focus on. And I think it's inspiring to see this, because this is something I find so powerful, that we can make changes, we can make adjustments in life. It takes time. It takes sometimes a shift in perspective. It takes an adjustment in our mindset, and that is so, so important. I believe that the mindset has a huge impact on our physical body. And it's awesome to see her go back out there and run. And I just want to speak one thing to the mindset. The mindset's so powerful, and something that I feel I worked on a lot as an individual and as a coach and as an athlete competing for many, many years was my mind game, was the mental game. And that has been a big basis of my 21-day challenge, is these mental cues on a daily basis to reshift your focus on how you're thinking, how you talk to yourself, what you're setting yourself up for the next day, what you're setting yourself up for your nutrition, your exercise, all that. And again, if you're out there and you are struggling and you are feeling like you're at the last step, like you are at the end of your road and you're like, I cannot do this, I urge you to check out my 21-day challenge. I've built this community to be able to be supportive of one another, to provide lessons on nutrition, on exercises, on affirmations that will help make your mindset kind of make a pivot so you make these lasting lifestyle changes. And to build daily habits, it is hard, but that is what my 21-day challenge is built upon. So if you are out there and you're searching for this, hopefully this will be the last thing. This is it. I guarantee you and I promise you that I'll be there every step of the way. And I encourage you to check out my 21-day challenge, and let's do this together. And I will be there supporting you every single day.